Welcome back to an episode of the Wrestling Around podcast, where this week three of us are going to do Fall Brawl 1997. Before I get
Are
into
you?
that, joining me,
No, we did that last week.
You did that last week, you moron.
Fall Brawl 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, Halloween Havoc 1997. That's what we're going to watch. Right, joining me is the So Peter, how are we doing?
What an idiot you are. Very good, thank you. How are you?
What an idiot I am! You've watched the wrong show 3 times.
How do you know I've watched the wrong show?
Because last week you watched the wrong show.
And what
And then there was
this
a
week?
Halloween Havoc 1987.
Well, I watched Fall Brawl 98.
What are you on about?
What are you on about?
What's everyone about?
We're doing Halloween Havoc 1997.
You
What
just
is-
said watch Fall Brawl 97.
What is going on?
What is this?
I don't know what you're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to do anything. You just said watch Fall Brawl 97. I
Yeah,
am.
and then I changed
watched,
it and said
I
we're doing
wa-
Halloween Havoc.
No, but you said I'd watch Fall Brawl 97.
Right. Aaron, joining me is a world-class wrestling journalist. Aaron, how are we doing?
Yeah, not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
Christ. Luke, you're here as well.
Right, how's it going, everyone?
What a solid start that was.
Right, we're doing Halloween Havoc 1997. Sorry, Bob Roode is here.
Hello. I've been watching TNA Turning Point 2017.
Was it a good show, Bob?
I won the championship. Probably. That's not right. Yeah. Yay, glorious.
When's that going to stop?
Never.
Well, I forget you another cardboard cutout, then what's going to happen?
Fight to the death.
Then I'd have one coward cat on Bob Roode.
Because I can't get you it because you don't stream anymore, and that was the only good part. Was the fact you opened it live on stream.
No, I'll get back to stream tomorrow. We're doing Disney Dreamlight Valley.
You're doing what?
Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's Animal Crossing with Disney characters. It's free on Xbox Game Pass. Get yourself it.
I don't have an Xbox.
Yeah, you should go in PS5.
I did, yeah.
So you can play, I don't know, Final Fantasy. I don't know.
Football manager.
Anything? Are you drinking a Tango?
Tango Apple. No less. I've been to the pound shop.
It's an underrated drink as a tango.
Tango Apple tastes like metal, but in a good way. Do you know what I mean? That's not about it. It doesn't taste.
What do you mean?
It doesn't taste remotely like apple. It's just really nice.
I know what you mean.
But it tastes very metallic.
Very
I don't-
artificial. Very artificial.
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
actually, while we're on the subject of fizzy drinks, right? I've not complained for a while on this show. I've got some serious complaints to be making.
Go on, then.
Right,
Go on then.
right. And I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna name and shame the companies that are doing it. One company, Coca-Cola. What is it with these fucking bottle lids? I'm like,
Oh,
we've attached
no.
them.
Yeah.
We've attached them so you can recycle at the same time. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
What kind of psychopath
What?
throws away the lid before they're done
Exactly.
with the bottle?
And where did it in a different bin?
tell
Everyone
you what-
screws it back on and puts it in the bin. That's one. Number two,
I'll tell you
I
what,
would. I'd like to drink without getting scratching my face with shards of plastic. Like,
It's
I'll
really hard to hold otherwise.
I'll
isn't
tell
it?
you,
Yeah.
I know a lady that does love a bloody lid. That woman at Clash at the Castle.
Oh my god, that was what absolute. She was the worst. One of the worst
It was
people. I've ever met.
She was a horrible woman.
Horrible human being.
If you're listening, sort yourself out.
Yeah,
I don't think she is listening.
She
no,
might-
she is. She said she's like, "You're the guys off Wrestling Around podcast." Well, actually, can you just do the show the exact way I want it, please? Otherwise, I'm not going to listen again. When she just listened anyway.
Yeah. And then can I have a refund? No. I want to let her have a refund. So I'm
Good eye.
out.
Yeah.
I'd have done an old coyote ugly and I just poured the water on her face. Did you say water? There you go. Anyway,
What a film that is, by the
no,
way.
no, I said coyote ugly. Right.
I have it. It's a great film.
Yeah.
There's a Coyote Ugly bar in Liverpool.
Oh, where are we going?
Have you finished? You too?
No, anyway, so my rant was it's ridiculous. Like I can almost understand.
I completely agree.
You can't even get the lids back on properly, and you lose your fizz. You know, on the 2 litre bottle.
Mhm.
It's
I've
Do it
not
on
seen
2 litre? I've not had the 2 litre bottle with it on.
yeah, they've stopped doing it again on the 500 one. I think. But then I got a caffeine-free Coke today, and it was back on. So I don't know.
I've not seen these
infuriating.
Coke bottles.
They're just normal. They're deceiving.
They look the same, except the lid's attached.
I
Yeah,
don't
you,
really drink-
you unscrew it, and the lid just stays on, and you're
I
like,
don't
oh,
really-
It's
bloody hell,
too
it's not-
like
I don't really
it's too
drink fizzy
thick to like
drinks, though,
break
do
off
I?
in it. So you
Like,
can't do that.
if you do break it off, you just get two big spikes of plastic.
Mm.
I don't really
Yeah.
drink fizzy drinks. So.
My friend's son, a 3-year-old son, drank one, cut his mouth, died.
Plastic poisoning.
Rest in peace, little Timmy.
I can't tell if this is a true story or not.
But yeah, so these just remove the lids.
Oh Christ! Right, God's sake. He finished.
Yeah, I am for now.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Coca-Cola fish. We'll throw the lids away. I promise you. We'll throw the lids away without you attaching them. to the
If
fucking
anybody
bottle.
does,
Or if you do
I'm-
attach them, just have a little bit of give.
Here's one for you. What are they
So
going
it's
to do
not
at
in your
football
face.
matches now?
I don't know.
Because they take your lid off you, don't they?
Just
Yeah.
don't do that anymore.
To do it, the principalities. They do in Wales.
Mhm.
So that's why.
Yeah, so Welsh are weird, though, aren't
I got lost all our Welsh listeners.
I guess I'll have to listen.
Yeah.
they? Well, they are.
Who invited Anne Robinson? Right.
I don't actually want to do a weakest link at some point.
That's just not
We-
enough.
we-
of us.
And we
We
will.
just-
I
me,
know.
me and Aaron will just vote for Terry.
Yeah. Either one is out.
Yeah.
We will. We'll get that Mr. J Ryan. We'll get him involved.
That Mr. J. Ryan, our loyal friend of the show that you've just called. You can't put that in front of someone's name and expect them to do what you want.
We'll get that Nick fella. Get him amongst it.
no, yeah.
He's a bit of a wild one.
Yeah.
Air from Middlesbrough. Get her involved.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it for a while.
Exactly. You know what I mean? There's people. 7-figure Phil. Get him involved.
Yeah. That guy who's like, it's just free British folks yakking. I mean,
Dogs. He
Get
calls
him
us
involved.
British dogs.
British
doesn't he?
dogs yakking.
And that guy that offered Ross out at school as well.
Who?
That guy that we were laughing at last week.
Stone Cold Sam
No,
Austin.
not doing that again. No.
What's his name?
Ah,
Simon
Stone Cold-
Austin.
That's
for
it.
sake.
Stone Cold Sam Austin.
God, Sam Austin.
To quote his full name. Right then, should we do Halloween Havoc 1997? So, Peters, have you actually watched it?
No.
You haven't watched it?
No.
So you watched Fall Brawl 98?
Yep.
And you had the audacity to call me an idiot earlier on.
Or have I watched it?
Uh,
I don't know. Have you? That's what I'm asking.
You'll
I
find
don't
out.
know. I don't know what this is. What? You have or you haven't?
Maybe I
well,
have,
no,
maybe
you
I
say
haven't.
that, Ross. Maybe it's the answer is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
What have you watched?
Some of Halloween Havoc 97.
There you go. He's watched half of Halloween Havoc 97. Right? I couldn't deal with the awkwardness anymore.
I know. I don't.
Terry's coming to the bit was outstanding, but it was too long. I reckon you weren't going to tell him until the end of the show.
No, I want, no, I was going to let you go the full thing.
So then how could you comment on the bits that you have watched?
I was reading an online review. That was my way around it.
Right then, Halloween Havoc 1997.
Ross is now time for this.
It was in Paradise, Nevada, the MGM Grand at Garden Arena. 12,457 people there. What were they eating in?
Ross, I swear to God, right? Just go to the MGM Grand buffet before the show. That's what I would have done.
What's on there?
I don't know. Probably everything. I went to a buffet in Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, what a time we had. What a time.
Well, what did you have? Maybe it's a Vegas buffet thing.
I think, Ross, I had a dessert with a bit of meat on the plate as well. No, I didn't really, but I think
Is this series where WWE cancelled this year?
This is the one where they had it.
Oh, is
They
this
were
the
meant to
one?
have it in the Allegiant Stadium, which is the big one, the big NFL stadium. They downgraded to this one, but this was also where AEW started. Double or nothing
Okay.
was in this. I don't think they've got a menu on the thing on the soda, but yeah, it was like there was an oyster bar at the buffet I went to.
I
So
love an oyster.
obviously I didn't go for it because it's weird, isn't it? Oysters, I think, anyway.
As Alec Baldwin said before he shot that person,
Oh,
it looks like a big bugger.
Yeah, right.
No,
before.
no, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a fact. Alec Baldwin shot someone.
He did a lot before that, didn't he? It wasn't relevant. He made it
Was
sound like he.
When he played Parker on Friends, that was before he shot that woman.
I know, but that's not relevant to the
No, mate. He played Parker on Friends. He made a comment about an oyster, and then he shot someone.
Yeah, but there's a lot that happened. Fucking hell. Right. Anyway,
Parker was a weird character.
classic Terry.
Yeah, I like that. That was underrated, though.
Thank you. But what was I going to say? This Cirque du Soleil is in the same building, so what are you doing? Wasting your time watching wrestling?
Cirque du Soleil.
Do you remember when you sat Forest Away for us to go watch Cirque du Soleil?
Yeah, I'll do it again. No, I went to Forest Away.
Oh, there's a Top Golf now.
What did you sack off then for Forest Away?
Ipswich.
No, I went to Forest Away.
Ipswich.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
There's a Starbucks, tacos and Ritas, so that'll be right up Terry Street, that one, won't it? Fat Tuesday, grand buffet, grand walk, all the grand stuff. Fish House. Oh, this is just
does not sound appetizing whatsoever.
Nellie's Southern Kitchen.
Was in the rapper Nelly?
Yeah, you just go back over and over again after you've gone once.
Does the Chases create a dialogue?
Yeah. Shout out to Tim McGraw. Pieology, that sounds good, but that's probably a pizza place because it's American, isn't it? International smoke. That's in the yeah, that's in the MGM Grand itself. Oh, there's a dog relief area as well. Is that inside? Oh no, it's just outside.
It's called the Pavement.
Oh, it looks like that. It's next to Wet Republic. I don't know what Wet Republic is.
I bet they're happy about it, aren't they?
It's an amenity.
Right, are we done?
Yeah, it looks pretty good though. Yeah, have a good time. Have a good time in Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like that bit's becoming its own thing now. It's taking on too much. Right then, the first match it is Yuji Nagata with Sonny Ono against Ultimate Dragon. The commentary team. There's no Larry Zbyszko.
Thank God for that.
But he is back later on.
His presence is felt later on.
The dust is back, but the first match.
I've never been happier to see the big dust.
The first match has Mike Tenay, and he got his own graphic today on this show. I can't remember what match it was, but it said the voice of Mike Tenay came up.
Yeah, they build him up like Iron Mike Tenay is now at this point. He gets an entrance in like 2 pay-per-views time.
See, I found it bizarre. At Road Wild, they had proper like match graphics before and shows against who, and they didn't have anything in this one, did they? Continue it on.
Yeah,
I think I just make it feel as though it makes it an easier watch.
But with graphics.
Yeah, just so you kind of get an understanding of what's going on. Because as I said before, you hear who's been introduced to WCW, and it's one of my biggest gripes for them. Because the commentary's talking over the top. It's always been my big gripe. And sometimes you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say it bothered me.
But did enjoy the set.
So yeah, I mean, apart from, and I'll get to it in the DDP match.
I didn't see it, so pass.
I will.
That's what I mean. It's bemoaned the lack of giant pumpkin. That's where I am.
No pumpkin on a head in a Halloween street fight. What is the point? There was nobody sat in the corner who inevitably gets a pumpkin rolled out of. It's in the nuts.
All the classics gone.
So yeah, the first match is Yuji Nagata with Sonny Ono against Ultimate Dragon. So Sonny Ono has recruited Yuji Nagata to get his own back on Ultimate Dragon. We started a few pay-per-views ago. And I think for the first time ever, I've enjoyed an Ultimate Dragon match.
This match was brilliant.
Only 9 minutes long.
I think that was the right amount of time.
Oh no, I would like it to go longer.
Although I did write the man's name down as Nakata by mistake, as in the former Parma midfielder.
That's very racist.
But I thought this match was brilliant.
I mean, it was really, really good.
Sonny Ono took a selfie with us.
Yeah, he did. Is that the first ever recorded selfie?
Which is the one
in wrestling terms? I think so.
I don't know which is the one that I tweeted D'Lo Brown about once upon a time, and he actually liked the tweet.
D'Lo was later than you think on it. I reckon D'Lo was.
I think it was. I think
D'Lo's not about at this point, is he?
He might be.
D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown
was part of the gangsters in Smoking Island. Not taking photos. So the match ends with Ultimate Dragon trying to do a Dragon Sleeper. Nagata reverses it into an armbar and he immediately taps after 9 minutes. There's then a few shots in from Sonny Ono, who I think is rapidly becoming one of my favourite managers.
Sonny Ono's brilliant.
And Nagata gets a bit of money because he's obviously paid him for it. So what did we think of the match?
Right, I found the first wrestling self. Well, D'Lo Brown's wrestling selfie was at Capital Carnage in '98.
It's not the first wrestling selfie, then, is it?
No, I know. I said his first wrestling selfie.
D'Lo Brown's first.
That's what we all want to know.
Which I tweeted him with in January 2017.
Yeah, cheers for that, Peter.
The man liked it as well.
Yeah, last week when we made you do the stats, and we said come up with interesting stats to do with the pay-per-view.
That wasn't
you tweeted D'Lo Brown about Sophia. It wasn't on my list.
Sorry. He retweeted it. He didn't even like it. He retweeted
it. That was the launch pad of Bell Nation.
He's not really doing anything else nowadays, though, is he? So he's probably got the time in his hands to be able to respond to.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, he wasn't busy then, though, was he?
Yeah, he was in TNA.
Exactly.
Cute at the D'Lo Brown table, wasn't exactly going around the room, was it?
Sorry, what was Tila? What was Tila?
Teddy Long.
Blocking you only. What was D'Lo Brown doing in 2017?
Well, he's in between, according to Wikipedia, in between Futures of Star Wrestling from 2015 to return to Impact in 2019.
There you go.
So retweeting me on Twitter.
Just retweeting.
Should we Halloween Havoc 97?
Yeah, go on then.
Unless I don't know, somebody else took a photo. The boogeyman, has he ever took a selfie?
I just thought it was actually interesting that he took a selfie before the match.
Did you like the stuff with the elbow in this match? Because they kept banging on about the bone spurs.
Well, he worked the arm all the way through the match, didn't he?
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Still on the go, isn't he? He was in AEW last year. New Japan legend.
But there's another New Japan legend coming up soon, but we'll put a pin in that.
Yeah.
What about this match and the opening? So, what do we think? It's sort of different take on the cruiserweights, wasn't it? Well, the traditional cruiserweight was more of a Japanese style match.
If you check D'Lo Brown's Wikipedia page, there's an article about me in it. Been retweeting me.
You just edited D'Lo Brown's Wikipedia page.
Yes, I have.
I'm going to look at it.
What did you think of the match?
Yeah, back to a strong opener again. That's what I like cruiserweights in WCW for opening. I think that's something that they do very well. I mean, you always think of WF opening with a tag team match. That works well. For WCW, a cruiserweight match always opens well, I believe. So I was happy with this match. But I agree with you, Ross. I would have liked to see it go on a little bit longer.
Well, yeah, especially some of the other matches were later. Oh no, there's one match which you could have knocked 5 minutes off.
No, there isn't.
There is.
There is.
I think there's a match you could have knocked 6 minutes off, to be fair.
What's that?
Yeah, D'Lo Brown's Wikipedia page is interesting.
All right, I'm going to say it now. Right? I don't care about D'Lo Brown.
Do you care about his Wikipedia page?
I didn't care about D'Lo Brown in '98 when he was like...
It's already gone. It's already been taken away.
Well, I was going to edit it again. Is it gone completely?
Yeah.
Right, star ratings.
D'Lo Brown gave it 3 3/4.
What's the real star rating?
3 stars. It could have been more if it was longer for me.
I agree with you. I think you're on the money there.
I think if they maybe give it like another 5 minutes, I think we could have pushed 4 stars for it. But yeah, 3 stars, the official star rating.
I still think you're very harsh on Ultimate Dragon, Ross.
I think he's really boring.
He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Says who?
Meltzer.
He's the original belt collector, isn't he?
D'Lo Brown's
like I said last
says it.
If we all started the promotion and then one of us won all the titles, you've got 4 world titles there. Don't mean out, does it?
Yeah.
You can't be comparing what he won there, can you? To us.
Oh, go on then. Name a big title he won.
The Super J-Crown.
Yeah, nice one, yeah. That was...
Whatever it was.
So not even the top title in that promotion.
Yeah, it was a big one, though, wasn't
it? Yeah, but it's like saying, no, look at me. Look at all the titles I've got. Your best ones, bloody North American.
That's good. That's still good, though, isn't it? Not many people win a title, do they?
But but that's your best one. So what the rest of like the NXT UK title? That's a lot of shit, isn't it? TNT title or whatever it is. What's that North Atlantic thing that's got China on it, even though it's not in the Atlantic? You know what I mean?
The all Atlantic.
Yeah, whatever the hell that
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean? It's rubbish, isn't it? It's like having the bloody WCW internet title.
Yeah.
It's crap. Nobody wants it. That's why you got them on. Right, the next match. Oh, well, before we get to that match, Disco Inferno is on the internet table with Lou's favourite ever commentator, Matt Madden. Is he one of the ones who was worse than Laurie Zbyszko?
Tell you, have you seen the Old Brown's Wikipedia page?
I haven't. What's all that?
Are you two?
Oh, my word.
Do your own call.
That's I think you should check it out.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I don't know why I'm indulging you. It's going to have gone in it.
What part am I looking at?
His return to Impact Wrestling. So good stuff in it. First line.
2017, he retweeted Bell Nation.
Yeah.
Have you got the link?
I haven't clicked the link though.
Click the link.
The link.
God's sake.
So
that was at least worth it.
So hopefully it stays there because someone's tried to do it twice. So it's obviously planned.
So for our listeners who obviously by the time they listen to this it'll disappeared. It links Bell Nation to Glans. That's GLANS. Get that search.
I put in just penis, but then it blocked it. So I had to get creative. So I put Belland. We just then redirects the gland.
That's the gland's penis.
So yeah, fully sorted there. But yeah, good. I've not edited Wikipedia for a while. That's good. That it's constructive.
Right, next match. Well, no, before we get to the next match, we go to Matt Madden. He's backstage with Disco Inferno, and he's attacked by Jackie. They're going to have a match later on. This is the first time I think I've seen Disco Inferno, his actual Disco Inferno gimmick. When he's not like the guy who was in the NWO but wasn't really in the NWO gimmick.
What was his name? It was still Disco Inferno, wasn't it?
It was Disco Inferno.
He didn't do any dancing. Yeah.
So the next match is Chris Jericho against New Japan legend Guido.
Former Hull City striker.
He was the booker, wasn't he?
He was. Still isn't he?
Is he still there?
You might think that someone's changed because he's got awful recently, but it's still him.
Because everybody left.
The guy who bought Okada suddenly thought Will Ospreay was good enough to be the champion. Anyway, yeah, that was.
This is a bonus match on it.
Yeah,
like adding that on there. Bonus match.
Is that because it was unannounced? I take it.
Yeah.
It didn't get that long, 7 minutes. But
enough?
again, a very good match. 2 for 2 for WCW. You don't agree, Lou?
I just think the Gedo. I think maybe it's a tire or his hair.
I was going to say
he just looked like a chubby little toddler. It just looked like a chubby toddler, didn't he?
Needed some work, didn't it?
And then he lost. They built him up and he lost. Just all of it was just a bit. I don't know.
It needed some work.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match, but it's if you're presenting someone as like a big Japanese legend, this was not the way to do it. That would be my
Was it his little crop top?
Yeah, I think it was.
The Super Frankensteiner as well.
What did you like about it?
Yeah, that was really good, did it?
Well, the top and the attempted Frankensteiner, which did cover well. He didn't get all of that, but he still pinned him anyhow. All right, I saw him when they was both on the top, and I thought, I don't know what they're going for here, but it's not going to work. I had absolutely, considering one of them was Chris Jericho, I had absolutely zero confidence that whatever they were about to pull off was actually going to pull off. And I think I was right. He went for the Frankensteiner. Guido didn't rotate at all, and Chris Jericho just ended up slamming on the mat. So
it looked awful, didn't it?
It looked horrendous.
That's why I should stick to being a striker and not a wrestler.
Oh, Chris Jericho, I don't think he's ever played up front.
Ooh.
But he does win. He does win with the lion tamer.
Hmm.
7 minutes.
Dealer Brown update still there.
Yeah, well, there's a revert button now. I've just found. We should just had to use probably banned from Wikipedia now. But yeah,
That won't be the last thing. Aaron, what did you think of this match?
I enjoyed it, and they carried on. Usually, you at this point on a WCW show, and it starts going a little bit downhill, doesn't it? And then picks up when you get to the Mongo match.
what you God's sake, that was a good match.
oh,
But for me, like they kind of just carried on the trajectory for me. Enjoyed this match.
See, this one was weaker than the first for me.
I think they both could have benefited from a bit longer.
Yeah.
I'd like to see.
I don't know. I think they were good lengths. Bang, bang, bang. Get them out.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if you don't really, I'm gonna play. I don't want to offend anyone in these matches, but outside of Jericho, like, no one really cared about the people in them. So I think you just want the action, and you don't need to stretch them out. I think let them go hard for a bit less time.
I know, but I'll just take 5 minutes off Disco Inferno against Jacqueline. That was 9 minutes, that match.
How long was Mongo's match as well?
6.5 minutes.
So you could take 6.5 minutes off Mongo's match.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's fair. You could have took like 20 minutes off one of the fucking NWO promos.
Look, it was only 6 minutes 32, so you couldn't talk. So you can't have a 2-second match, could you?
Yeah.
Get real.
Talked like 3 seconds then. 6 right out for us.
Get in the real world. Look, it takes 3 seconds or anything like that.
But yeah, you could tap out. but yeah, no, just take 20 minutes off on a fucking Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage's promos. That would have done me.
Yeah, to be fair. Anytime it's black and white, you just think, oh, right, okay.
Just give him a script, please. Like, it's painful. Yeah.
Right, what did old Meltzer boy think of this match? I imagine he loved it.
Battle Nation update. It's now disappeared off Dealer Brown. 3 stars.
3 stars. Is he correct?
He's never correct, is he? It's always wrong.
True. He's always wrong. He's wrong there.
2.5 stars for me.
I'd agree with
A couple of botches.
Yeah, that hurt it, didn't it? That did hurt it.
Yeah.
Solid though. Solid start.
Yeah. Usually you go from like a 3-star opener to like a 1-star second match. So, doing well so far.
But this match changed the business, you could argue in some ways.
Why?
Because these two mates on there and then Geto was like, Jericho, do you want to come to New Japan in 2019? It all happened. It all happened.
So this is the reason AEW happened, yeah?
Yeah, basically. That's what I'm saying. Change the business.
Change the business.
So I think they were already tag team partners this one. I thought, is this a match by the back? Because I knew they were friends, them two, but I think they were already partners in Japan.
Jericho's already been to Japan, I think. At this point,
yeah, I think they said he was a tag team on Mike Tenay on them.
He knows his stuff, Mike Tenay, though.
Do you know who does as well now? Michael Cole is very becoming Mike Tenay like these days, and now he's off the leashes. He's throwing.
Is that supposed to be a compliment to Michael Cole?
Yeah, he's throwing facts left, right, and centre, isn't he?
Michael Cole, you are becoming like Mike Tenay. Your life's work is complete.
He mentioned the Bullet Club on Saturday. He just loves the facts every now and again, doesn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was all about is it Asuka and Kairi Sane's faction in Stardom? Just absolutely loves it.
Oh, so I'm sidetracking here. I forgot to mention it on the news show. Crown Jewel commentary team, Wade Barrett and Cole, enjoyed it.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed what I've heard of Wade Barrett on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't put Cole and Corey on.
Corey wouldn't have been there because of obviously the horrendous news from Carmelo last week.
Oh yeah, there was that. But yeah,
thoughts with Carmelo on behalf of wrestling around.
Just put Wade and Cole on every pay-per-view for me.
Yeah, sad to disagree. Wade Barrett's really underrated.
He's good. I enjoy him.
Yeah. What are they going to do when Pac comes back in January?
Pat Wade and Michael Cole.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bully Cole for the entire. That'd be good. That'd be all right. Yeah.
What would be wrong with that? I
see no issues here.
No, because Pat McAfee's not really a heel, is he? Pat McAfee could be the face colour commentator.
Yeah. Oh, they have a match them two.
Yeah, maybe.
For the SmackDown commentary spot. Yeah.
I'd watch that. Okay, then. So we go backstage. Mean Gene is with Deborah McMichael. So that means one thing. Mongo comes in.
Oh no. So Gene stood there and he's asking who Deborah's guy is.
She's going to have a mystery opponent later
Yeah.
on. We did spoil that last week.
Yeah. One of the people mentioned was Steven Seagal, and I put a note. This would be fantastic.
That would be the greatest match of all time. I think that would be the first 7-star match.
Ponytail v ponytail.
I was going to say, but like that bloody Spider-Man meme, wasn't it? Them two.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Yeah.
Do you remember when Steven Seagal became a border patrol? He had a TV series called Steven Seagal Lawman or something.
I know, I generally don't.
Literally, he just went wrong. Like, I'm sure it was like a border or some sort of. He become a sheriff or something. He was just patrol. Steven Seagal Lawman. That's what it was called.
He pushed Jack Whitehall in a koi pond.
Good.
So that was that, yeah.
Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It's difficult because Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Friends.
He was.
And also, Jean-Claude Van Damme is related to Rob Van Dam.
That is true.
But Steven Seagal has been in the film with Gary Busey.
They're both got their,
So he played the chef. He played the chef.
What happened with them in the Expendables at any point? Because I feel like they should have been.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme plays the baddie in Expendables 2, I think.
Yeah,
because Dolph Lundgren's the baddie in the first one.
Yeah, Stone Cold's the henchman.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Yes, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah.
Even the Steven Seagal saddle is like Gary Busey.
Yeah, he had a film named after himself as well, didn't he? Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Was he?
There's a film just called like JCVD. Yeah.
You might also like to know that so another one for Jean-Claude Van Damme, also in a film with Gary Busey.
There we go.
Yeah, Universal Soldier 2, Brothers in Arms.
Is he a chef?
No, that's Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal's a chef.
They're on a boat, and Steven Seagal is the chef, but he also happens to be some sort of like highly trained ninja.
Yeah, ninjas will ruin your night.
He's just trying to earn some money for his kids. Gary Busey's obviously like a corrupt officer. Good film. I can't remember what it's called. Right then, so Mongo comes in, and he asks for his rings back and his credit cards. So is there anything Mongo can't do? His man's got it all.
Wrestle.
You can't.
Lou, how do you mute Peters on the chat?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, please. I won't be having slander like that.
I've just got some bad news though before we do.
What?
Been banned from Wikipedia.
That long.
Yeah.
You're nearly 32.
I think it's indefinite. So, yeah.
What happened to free speech?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna get that on Twitter. Right.
Brexit means Brexit.
Yeah. It wasn't in a way that possesses encyclopedic value. So,
I mean, I think it is.
Yeah. If you oh no, it's been removed because I didn't include a citation. So I forgot to do that. I'll figure out to do that later on.
The next match is a WCW Cruiserweight Championship match. It's title against Mask. Eddie Guerrero is the champion. Rey Mysterio Jr. is in the Mask. Eddie Guerrero, we found out the last pay-per-view, has a new bad attitude. And Rey Mysterio is just Rey Mysterio. It comes out in purple. This match went 13 minutes. And again, very, very good. Eddie nearly ripped the mask off halfway through the match. What happens then? They carry on.
Face is painted, isn't it?
So, I think Eddie Guerrero will be disqualified.
But so that would be win-win for Eddie Guerrero, wouldn't it? Because he would have lost the match.
Yeah, but then he'd be allowed to wear the match again. Money. If you lose the mask match, you can't wear the mask again. Unless you sign for WWE. a couple of years after you lose the mask, then that's fine. They just pretend it didn't happen.
Mike Tenay's facts what Eddie Guerrero was. He took the mask off himself, his own mask.
Yeah.
So good for him. What do we think of this match then? A very
this
international flavour.
A classic. Right,
It's a very famous match, isn't
It's
it?
a classic, Russ.
It is very,
It's on
very good.
2K20, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very, very good match, but it is only third best match on the card. So
I can
it's a
see
very
that.
good
Well,
match.
probably second if you discount the Mongo match, which so you need to do.
Well, because you know that's going to be top. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Goodness sake.
Finally, you're coming around.
Got that.
Very, very good match.
Well, two of the greatest luchadors of all time, is that?
Heel Eddie in this is brilliant.
He is very, very. Again, this is what I was saying this last week. Eddie Guerrero now looks like a potential main eventer. I don't think he did before.
No.
Definitely building that way, are they?
I wonder what they would have done with him if he'd have stayed.
Being world champion, wouldn't he? Without a doubt.
I don't know if he would just because of the politics in WCW.
I don't think so.
Because Chris Benoit became champion.
Yeah.
And he's of a similar build. So it's not the size, I don't think.
Yeah, I think with Benoit, that was just a desperate play to keep him though on it, to stop him going to WWE. That wasn't anything he intended to do. Because I was looking at future cards for because obviously we're going to follow this all the way through to WCW Greed now. That's the plan, right? And the main event picture just never changes. It's always the same, 3 or 4 guys at the top.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you got Hogan, Nash, Hall, Sting. That's kind of your lot, really.
It shocks me how
Savage,
Flair isn't
actually.
anyway. Flair isn't at the top, is he? Flair's a mid-carder.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a combination of the same guy. So I don't think he would have gone anywhere. No.
Do you not think he would have 2000s?
No, I think he had the potential.
When you
Because he would
Booker
have
T's
done it,
winning
right?
it, Scott Steiner's winning it.
I know it's easy to say it now because but I would have picked him over Benoit, me personally. Better choice, funny. When that all stuff happened.
Oh,
it could have gone right at the end. But to be honest, it probably would have been better. It was better for his career the way it panned out, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And it was one of the sort of first nails in the coffin for WCW, wasn't it?
Yeah, because all the
when the Radicals left.
Yeah. But I just like the way it looked like he just did not give a fuck when he came out.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got to be here. Got to fight this idiot. It's great.
Great character work. So at the end of the match, then Eddie Guerrero misses a frog splash, and then Ray turns a top rope Razor's Edge into a Hurricanrana and pins him to win the title. I think it's his first title in WCW. He's now thanks to Mike Tenay, he was 8-0 in mass matches. He's now 9-0. Keeps his mask. It's one of the most stupid things in the world that WCW ever did, taking his mask off.
And put devil horns on him.
Well, right. I saw this.
Match goes outside the ring as well and looks pretty brutal, to be fair.
Yeah, it did. It was
looks really
because they finally got rid of that stupid over the top rule. I saw a thing Rey Mysterio because he had a match with Gunther. Probably mentioned it in the news, I imagine.
We completely forgot that match.
Yeah. It was apparently amazing. Where does Rey Mysterio rank in not just luchador or Mexican, all timers? Because he's been going for 30 odd years, and he's he doesn't take as many risks now, but he's as good as he ever was.
Yeah, he's probably top 20 all time, isn't he? Yeah. I think he'd struggle to go in the top 10.
I think in ring, he's in the top 10 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But he never had the full package, did he? Really?
His promo is not very good.
There's not many classic Rey Mysterio promos, but everyone always says, all the retired wrestlers always say, oh, I wish I got to have a go with Rey Mysterio. Bret Hart always says it, doesn't he? So I wish I had a match with Rey Mysterio.
Is that because he's so different?
Yeah, I always find that the whole world heavyweight championship thing tainted for me. I just found it really irritating.
It's world championship run. I think it's one that looks worse in. How old? You would have been 12 when it went.
2006, so I was 12, and I loved every minute of it.
I was 14 and didn't like any of it.
Yeah, but I think Ross was the target audience at the time.
Rey Mysterio was my favorite wrestler in the company at the time. I still hate Chavo Guerrero for screwing him out, but
Yeah.
See, I prefer him more now I'm older than what I did when I was a kid because I just didn't like the world title run because I just didn't like all the Eddie Guerrero undertones to it. Really annoyed me.
I thought at the time it was like
I thought it was perfectly booked. For him
No,
to win it, it wasn't brilliant when he won
I
it.
loved it when Randy Orton beat him at No Way Out. Absolutely loved it.
well, I thought you were gonna say like you didn't like the storyline because I could get that part of it when Randy was like Eddie's in hell. Like that part was unnecessary.
No, I just hate the full thing.
Yeah. I used to find it funny that it was Rey Mysterio getting that and not like Chavo.
Yeah, Chavo, because Chavo was going.
I was like, we do want to pay tribute to Eddie, but like we're not going to push fucking Chavo.
Chavo had blonde hair. He was Kerwin White.
I know, but it was just yeah.
No, that match against Kurt Angle and Randy Orton. It's only about 10 minutes long, isn't it? But fantastic. That was one of my favorite moments. Him winning the Royal Rumble. I had that on DVD. I also had, was it WrestleMania 22? I had that on DVD as well.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
We did it Ross in the House.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
No Way Out 2006 when Randy Orton beat Rey Mysterio. Brilliant.
Yeah. For the story, yes. But I hated it at the time.
No, I hate Rey Mysterio.
I can't change that, but what I damn sure I could do is add to the match.
That's why I hated it, because it was just like, well, what's the fucking point then to you?
It's good guy.
Because Randy Orton cheated.
Yeah. Good guy, Teddy Long.
Randy Orton held the rope.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be shit then, should he?
Good guy. Teddy Long.
I think
anyway, this match was...
But I'm beating in the full wrestling world.
This match was exquisite.
Right, what did
Terry pizzas?
What were the star ratings then?
4 3/4. He's a dickhead.
So wanky. Just give it 5 stars because it's a 5-star match.
It is.
Yeah,
I agree. Very, very good. Is that your rating then? 5 stars?
Yeah. 5 stars. Third best match on the card.
5 stars. It's the third best match.
You gotta love the Franklin Reigns. You may not understand them, but you damn sure respect them.
The only person who can work out the formula to the Franklin star ratings is Scott Steiner.
Yeah. I don't think Franklin knows himself, you know.
There's no Scott Steiner in this guy, which is majorly disappointing.
Yeah, that's Steiner.
That's all. No Harlem Heat.
Oh, yeah.
No Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, no Jeff Jarrett.
But Mongo.
Yeah, exactly. Not enough Mongo. We could get 2 of them, didn't we?
Is Jarrett gone now at that point? Did we decide?
I think he's gone now. I think he's gone back to WF.
Yeah.
Maybe. Interesting facts. That last match got the 1997 Match of the Year for WCW.
It's also
from WCW or from like?
It just says 1997 Match of the Year for WCW. So I don't know.
It's in 2K20 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a legendary match because it was Seth Rollins wore similar gear, didn't he? In their feud.
Jarrett returned 6 days before this event to the WWE.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
6 days.
So we'll see him back in another year's time, I think.
Yeah.
99.
China takes his pants off in the meantime, doesn't she?
October.
Wears them.
18th of October 99, we see him again in WCW.
There we go. When he gets fired.
Yes.
2001. 2001.
So we go backstage again. Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan are there. Bischoff is saying Hogan won't be wrestling tonight unless WCW can say that Sting's not in the building.
Good job. People have already paid for the pay-per-view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Risky.
Yeah, well,
risky one, just saying.
Well, considering what they did the last pay-per-view, where they just decided the week before, oh yeah, all you top stars, you're not going in War Games.
Yeah.
Let's put fucking Kone on.
Yeah.
He's somebody I have missed.
Was this the one where fucking Hogan just went on for fucking years?
Yeah, I think so. There was 3 or 4 in NWO.
Yeah.
Backstage segments, weren't they?
There was one. I got that Randy Savage really loves Slim Jims. That's that's what I got. I feel really hungry though. I just kept really want to eat like a processed meat stick all the way through this.
Just a pepperami.
Yeah.
This Hogan promo went on far too long.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit sick of NWO music. I love it, but when every match has somebody coming out to the NWO music,
you can't work out what it is.
Yeah, because they were using the other music for like the lesser NWO guys at one point, weren't they? But
I'm just
pushed
like
everyone across to this one now.
I've heard this now. I've heard it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel at this point the NWO should be really coming to a close now?
Yeah. DDP should have beat him. Joe shouldn't be challenging.
Even though it's a bill into
Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I know the bill into Sting, obviously, it's Starcade. But don't you feel like it should be in the end of the NWO? Like, so Starcade is the end of it.
It's starting to become a bit stale already, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then we get the Wolfpack in Hollywood and
yeah, because they're all kind of start branching out now. Not many of them are wearing black and white now, are they? Actually,
no.
I'm really glad that you said that because I genuinely thought you lot were going to shoot me down if I'd have said something like that.
No, we would have done just because.
It's any crass comments about Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, any crass comments about Roman Reigns because his reign should go on forever. That's not getting stale.
But there's still loads of people who haven't joined NWO yet.
Yeah.
Like Luger's still against them.
Oh, bloody hell, I forgot about that. Yeah, Sting.
The Big Dust.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Disco, yeah, all of them. But yeah, I think this is the point where they were like, oh, maybe we should make a TV show because that was the whole point of Thunder, wasn't it? They were going to make
the NWO show, yeah.
But don't make any sense in my head. It's just
no. Well, I guess if you're trying to take over, we've got our own show. They've had their own pay-per-view, aren't they?
Now we're just going to fight each other. Don't make any.
No,
that doesn't make any sense.
They've had their own pay-per-view, haven't they?
Yeah.
I guess. In fighting.
I suppose all Elite Wrestling was built off that one. It was a faction building a wrestling program. So I guess it goes
back. Right, so the next match then is the best match of the night. Steve Mongo McMichael against Alex Wright.
This is my main event of this pay-per-view.
And what a way to go out.
Great way to end. Yeah, great way to end.
Alex Wright is the dancing German, is obviously Deborah's mystery man.
No, you can't just go past that. What the fuck? We're teasing a mystery man.
It's Alex Wright who's on
it. It's Alex Wright who's on it every week. Because even I was like, I didn't look at the card and I was like, who's the mystery man going to be? Like, it must be someone jumping across or something like that. No, it's just Alex Wright.
You know who it could have been?
Anyone. Literally anyone.
And we'll go to the ending and I'll tell you what it could have been. Yeah. So it's 6 minutes 32 minutes long.
6 minutes 32, I'll never get back.
So it's obviously a great wrestling match, technical ability on show. And then there's a tombstone, Deborah's distracting the ref, and then out of nowhere, Goldberg comes out, spears Mongo, hits a jackhammer, which, the ref is in the ring and he's like side on, and Goldberg's walking around with Mongo on his shoulders. He then slams it. I'd love that, right? What does the ref think's happened behind him? It's like, I better not turn around.
He's distracting him else. He's doing his own thing. Right.
How loud is Deborah shouting? He can't hear two 300-pound men.
Yeah, well, you know.
Hit the mat. There's then, so then he puts Alex right on top of him, doesn't he? He basically just picks him up, throws him on top, and then Goldberg beats up Alex Wright after that, and Deborah gives him his Mongo's Super Bowl ring. Yeah. For me, Goldberg destroying Mongo, would that not have been
I forgot this. I forgot this is how Goldberg came in. I forgot I just didn't know. I've seen this pay-per-view before as well. But I completely wiped this from my mind.
Would that not have been the best appearance? I don't know. No, because his first match is against Bill DeMott, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hugh Morris. And they don't know what to call him, but I'm pretty sure they called him Goldberg here.
Well, like Big Bell. Yeah, they called him Bill Goldberg, though, didn't they? Because it just obviously just became Goldberg, didn't it, eventually?
But Tony Schiavone said in the first ever podcast he did with Conrad, basically his debut, which I'm pretty sure is the match against Hugh Morris, they didn't know what to call him until the announcer announced him as Bill Goldberg.
So yeah, it came out 22nd of September 1997. His first match was. Oh. This was his pay-per-view debut or first appearance.
And he says, "You're next," and he gets the ring and says, "Oh, that's who's next," or something like that. But would that not have been a better way? You've got a mystery opponent. The story writes itself. Bring out Goldberg.
So, being the journalist I am, did some digging, and I believe the correct how it came about was Deborah's who can I get to be the mystery guy? Bischoff was, we haven't really got anyone. So you're just going to have Alex Wright. Dev was like, yeah, but no one can bear down with Mongo. So he ain't going to be able to keep up with Mongo, is he? Alex Wright. No dancing German. Not going to be able to do anything. So then she said, I'm gonna have to pay someone to come and distract Mongo and catch him off guard, to win the match. So obviously that's when Goldberg came in.
So the only way to bear down with Mongo is
to cheat,
to do a cowardly attack.
Yeah.
I knew that Aaron's storyline was just building up to him saying bear down with Mongo.
When were you getting into? I read that no one can bear down with Mongo.
Because we all know if it had been a one-on-one match with Mongo and Goldberg, that Goldberg wouldn't have been able to bear down.
And then
to catch him off guard.
Maybe this is the start of WCW falling apart because the wrong person got the winning streak.
So Mongo should have got Bill Goldberg's.
Yeah. Without a doubt. It should have been Mongo against Hogan in the Georgia Dome in front of 6,000 people.
It should have been Mongo beating Brock Lesnar in 30 seconds.
Imagine if that's how it happened. Imagine if that was live.
It'd be Mongo beat the Fiend.
And there's an alternate universe where that happened. In all seriousness, I don't think it made that much difference. You know what I mean? Like,
should be Mongo who ended Bret Hart's career.
Oh, for God's sake. Why does he have to go too far? Why does he have to do it?
Christ.
What a great story that was. Imagine Mongo in the first ever Elimination Chamber.
Good God. Well, we get Mongo and Goldberg at Starrcade.
Yeah, and that's where they went wrong.
That was, so Starrcade, it all went wrong that night.
Yeah.
Because Goldberg beat Mongo. That was what really did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people watching just thought, oh, well, this is obviously fake. Someone's bearing down with Mongo.
Yeah. I mean, Deborah couldn't even bear down with him, hence why they've got divorced.
Yeah, I couldn't. Looks like. What was I going to say?
She had to leave company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mongo's too much of a man for her.
Yeah. Do you know the worst thing? It's an absolute crime. Obviously, Mongo asked for his rings back. She gave one to Goldberg. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute harlot.
What rings was it?
Super
Bowl ring.
Did he win this? I don't think he won the Super Bowl.
Mongo? Did he not win it with the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, Bears.
According to his Wikipedia page, he didn't.
Well, it's obviously wrong, isn't it? Someone's been changing his Wikipedia page.
He won it in 1985. 1985 World Champions.
They've changed the name. That is makes sense.
Get your facts right, Peters.
Well, I've got to line because Mongo's shite.
He also won Worst Television Announcer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter for 1996.
Yeah, but we all know that.
Obviously, Zabisco didn't do any.
Well, hang on.
Commentary that.
He can't won it in 1985 because the Super Bowl was the San Francisco 49ers against the Miami Dolphins.
It says here, member of 1985 World Champions, Chicago Bears.
No, it's literally not that.
Super Bowl 20.
That's 1986.
Yeah, but the season was 1985, wasn't it?
85, 86.
Yeah, it was January 26th for 33,000 people.
So
what a great name! The referee was Red Cashin. What a great name.
So Mongo did, in fact, bear down.
Yeah,
it is Chicago Bears beat again, Ross. Did you say?
They didn't just beat them; absolutely slapped them. New England Patriots. 46-10.
Tom Brady's first Super Bowl.
Mongo scored all 46 points.
Bloody hell. What's that?
No, he didn't, but I imagine he had it.
Even though he's on defense.
Yeah, that's what made it so impressive. He plays where he wants, fumbles. He makes people fumble, and then he just takes up and scores.
Runs for him.
Such a great player. But there we are, Peters. He finished his slander of Mongo.
Do you know who else was in that final?
We'll go back.
William the Refrigerator Perry. WWE
Yeah, he had to
Hall of
retire.
Fame.
Yeah, who did he play for?
Bears.
So
He's in the Hall of Fame and Mongo's not. That's weird.
Mhm.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah. Politics.
That's all. Yeah, that's all it is. Triple H could never bear down, and that's why I can't believe he wasn't part of the invasion angle.
He was gone from wrestling.
They just brought him back though. Should just brought him back.
We mentioned at this point as well that someone else who couldn't bear down or couldn't bear Mongo was Ric Flair because the Four Horsemen have been disbanded, don't they?
Yeah, but Mongo does try to get them back together later on. I think it's like 98 or 99. He just
He's
at the end of his
successful.
matches, he just shouts forward. Doesn't he?
Yeah. They did get back together with Mongo in time.
Do you know why that is? Because Ric Flair saw the writing on the wall. He thought,
Yeah.
who's this kid with a load of momentum? Steve McMichael.
Better get him in the group.
He thought, oh God, I can't bear down with him. I better send him on his own to try and take his legs away.
Yeah.
Right, I think I know Aaron's star rating. But, Tim, what did Meltzer give it?
Minus half a star and a half.
Oh,
What's the what?
disgusting.
Calls himself a
just-
journalist.
It's been generous, hasn't he? This pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, we all know the real star rating. Now, I've had to take a couple of points off for terrible WCW booking. So the official star rating is 8 stars.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean, it's harsh but fair. Posh showing from Mongo.
Yeah.
Only the 8 stars. Yeah, but Goldberg spoiled it like he spoils everything.
Yeah.
Right then, so we go backstage again. Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth talking for half an hour.
Yeah. What was Miss Elizabeth looked really awkward in this.
She actually does not fit in to
Well,
this wrestling
also,
She's
whatsoever.
too
like-
nice. She's
and-
too nice.
And they were divorced at this point, so there's no need for it to be with Savage anyway, really. But then,
Yeah.
But yeah, she just kept
Also-
going. it didn't work. It didn't work for me.
Also, Macho Man didn't know what he was saying because he said, read between the eyes instead of read between the lines. He's not got a clue, has he?
I
He just wanted a Slim Jim, didn't
I think you said it, Lou, before, didn't you? Like, all these people who are supposed to be really great at promos are just all old, crazy men.
he? Yeah.
Because
and
they're so
there's-
used to the 80s, aren't they?
There's 3 of them on the same show, and there's this guy, Piper and Flair. Like, all like, well, Flair didn't do a promo on this show, does he, actually, which is good.
No, but even Hogan,
But yeah.
Hogan, you could put
Oh,
into
good
that
God.
bracket.
Hogan just comes across as really lame these days, doesn't he, in NWA? You know, like, it's mad that everyone thought Hogan was like really cool. I can like,
because he's got a skullet.
yeah, but he was like, everyone wanted to be part of the NWO, didn't he? It's just this fucking old guy going, oh, I'd be great. And the more I think about it, why is Bischoff in the NWO? And it doesn't make any sense to me.
Because Bischoff's ego is too big.
Yeah, it just,
We spent less time in the NWO and more time making the right booking decisions.
yeah. We could have had Mongo as like 17-time world champion now, yeah.
no, one time.
Just longer credit. Yeah.
300 match unbeaten streak.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. What was I thinking?
I don't know. Look, it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next match then is unbelievably 9 minutes 41 seconds long. Disco Inferno against Jacqueline. Disco's the TV champion, but it's not on the line because the WCW Championship Committee and the Nevada State Athletic Commission would not sanction a male versus female title match. Disco basically tries to just not have any of it. He tries to leave. Jacqueline gets him, throws him back into the ring, hits a shoulder block, a clothesline, a DDT, and then off the top rope with a crossbody. Disco nearly wins. I thought WCW were going to do it again because last time we had man versus woman. Kendall Robert Parker against Medusa, your biggest female star. Kendall Robert Parker won. But Jackie gets a roll up after Disco argues with the referee. Finally, the right decision. Not sure I would have done it to one of your champions, though.
Yeah.
But,
Because he was a joke champion, though, eh?
well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But good for Jacqueline.
Yeah. Was China not active at this point? Because the way they were talking about the male versus female thing was a bit weird, wasn't it?
So what is it? 97 with DX, I think. So she would have been. I'd have thought. She's 96, China.
Yeah. No, she's 97.
She's 90.
Pretty sure.
Should we have a look?
Yeah, 97. According to Wikipedia.
When abouts in 97?
Debuted on February 16th, 1997 at In Your House 13.
Oh, so she's a thing. She's been a thing for the best part of 8 months.
Yeah, just the way like, I can't do anything to it. I can't do any holds. Can't punch her.
For anyone more interested in her filmography, she debuts in the 2004 video One Night in China.
Is that actually on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sean Maltman in China.
So delete any reference to Bell Nation, because Bell Nation has been silenced.
Oh, gets even better. So first film's called One Night in China. Second film's called Another Night in China. Third film, Back Door to China.
Well, you gotta have the trilogy, haven't you?
Why is it?
Oh,
Right.
Also She-Hulk.
Yeah, She-Hulk, a porn parody.
Hang on, am I reading a different Wikipedia article to you?
And Queen of the Ring. So, at least she won that. Winner of 2 awards, though. Best-selling title of the year in 2006.
Yeah. And best celebrity sex tape.
2012. So 8 years later. Good for her. An X-Pac. Not mentioned in it. Right then. This compare them as Jacqueline. Look, stop frantically searching for it. You can do that later.
It's
not with Bob stood behind you.
Yeah. I'm reading a different Wikipedia to you. Right, anyway.
No, it wasn't on the filmography section, it was on the adult career.
Oh, right, okay, that's reading the wrong thing that way.
Filmography was what she did in regular TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make us for as good listing. No awards for that. What do we think of this match then?
Yeah, it's longer than it needs to be, wasn't it?
Why was this even on the card?
And cut it off. And this is a Nitro match all over it, but get rid of some of the time. If you're going to do it, give it to the earlier matches.
Yeah, particularly Mongo.
Peters, what did Meltzer give it? I imagine it's a dud.
Give this quarter
star.
What's the point?
So wanky.
What is the point?
Real star rating is -2.
Wow.
That's more like so Mongo's match was 10 stars better than this.
Can't
Yeah,
you wait out you the ratings, Russ.
Right then, the next match then is another title match. This is the WCW United States title match. Kurt Hennig is the champion. He's going against Ric Flair. Hennig's obviously walked out on Team WCW. He didn't walk out, did he? Feigned an injury. Walked in, got involved in the match, and then beat him up, forcing Mongo to quit because he's just a nice guy. Ric Flair is an unhinged lunatic. Hennig comes out in a Ric Flair robe. Big fan of that. This match goes on for nearly 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 57. It ends when Ric Flair snaps. He has Hennig in the Tree of Woe, wraps the title around his face, and then just stomps away. And then the ref tries to stop him, and then not for the first time, the ref just gets beat up by Ric Flair, the babyface.
The commentary team were really good on this bit because there was obviously all the referees rushed to the ring, didn't they? And I think it was Siobhan who was saying, "Oh, it might be in Heenan." Was saying, "Why are you trying to split them up? It's part of the NWO. And you all work for WCW. You should be helping the WCW guy."
No, that is a very good point.
Shivani really, really hated The NWO, didn't he? Like it really came. His commentary came across so well on that. Like it really hurt him.
All of them, even the Britain, who's supposedly the heel commentator.
Yeah.
Even he hated the NWO.
Oh, and he was defending. Was it defending Hennig in this one? And then they just like Britain just start. I don't even back and forth. Like Dusty seemed really offended. He's like
Big Dust.
Yeah. Big
You
Dust.
gotta love the Big Dust.
And now you do, Ross, before everybody turns on him.
Yeah. But a very, very good match. I know there's a bit of a schmoz finish, but I thought it added to the theatre. It made sense. It made storyline sense. Very good storytelling.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, they took everything from Flair. Ross. They took his company. He disbanded this faction. Took us to lost. He banged his head. Which apparently they edited out the home video release of the Fall Brawl. 2 round.
It did look pretty brutal, though.
Yeah, and then put it back in for when it went on the network.
It wouldn't have looked brutal if they'd have used the cage they're going to use later on. But we'll get to that.
Greg Khali would have been proud of that cage. We'll get to that.
We will get. I have a lot more respect for Hogan and Piper, though, after some of the stuff they did on it.
No, even less.
But no, it made sense. A good way to bring in Hennig, makes him feel like a big deal. His WCW run wasn't brilliant, was it? But before he becomes a singing cowboy. Yeah, that happened.
No, but this is like one of the first flashes that we saw of him like this, because Kurt Hennig's always been one of those guys. It's a bit like all his good stuff was like before our wrestling time. So you don't see a lot of it, do you? You just think, oh, like, what? Kurt Hennig was like one of the greatest of all time. But then you see it flashes every now and again, don't you?
Is that because he's in the ring with Flair, though?
No, I think he was really good. I think he was just really unlucky with injuries and other stuff. And we just didn't really see it. I'm just Paul Buck in WCW, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, made Flair look unhinged. Made Hennig look strong because he didn't lose, did he? Right decision. I don't normally like schmoz finishes, but this was the correct decision.
Yeah.
Because then Hennig can go around saying, I've got to win over Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Very similar to when Batista was pissed off at somebody. He just absolutely mauled Ken Kennedy. And then Kennedy was going around saying, I've got to win over this world champion.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that, yeah.
It's good booking.
Yeah.
So then, what did Meltzer think of it?
You give this Big Dave Meltzer 1 3/4.
Oh, get out.
1 3/4.
Oh my God.
Disgusting. Who lets this guy review wrestling shows?
That's outrageous, that. That is absolutely outrageous.
I was just like disgusted.
I thought this was a really good match.
Like, for the audio listeners, like Terry's like, what the fuck have I just said? Like Terry looks like shocked, like he just said the complete wrong thing.
Yes. Yeah. Twice he slagged off Rey Mysterio earlier, and then we just give that match 1 3/4.
Talk about shooting a messenger. Like,
make it up. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
Well, as we've established, Meltzer's wrong. The real star rating is 3.5.
Right, better, yes.
it's more like it in a reasonable. Some of the practice star ratings have been a bit out there, I would say.
Which one?
That was more on it. Just 1 or 2.
Yes, name specifics, please.
Yeah, I was just going fucking manga. I'm not gonna. I was gonna pretend.
So and then people think it should have been 10 stars. Yes. Makes sense.
You're too harsh on manga.
So we go back to the internet area where Randy Savage is there again. That must be ad work. Trying to type down what Randy Savage is saying.
You just have to hold the O button for ages. That's like. You hold the O and the M, you've got like half the letters it's saying, so don't worry about it.
There's going to be a lot of like red lines, isn't there, or blue lines for grammar and stuff.
Yeah.
So we go with Mean Gene. He's on the front because he doesn't do backstage as Mean Gene does in Titantrons. He does. You don't put Mean Gene behind. He's with JJ Dillon. Getting to the bottom of Hogan's threat to walk out. JJ Dillon announces that the match is going to take place as advertised. Bischoff comes out and goes, "Whoa, you can't do that." And JJ Dillon says, yeah, I can. He's given a notarized document giving Hogan what he wanted, which isn't good enough for Bischoff. But Chizzy Jones like, well, you're gonna do it anyhow.
Yeah.
So Bischoff says if Sting shows up, then the NWO gets Nitro. So what will happen? We'll find out in the.
I don't like the fact that Shivani, who they need to breathe more, all these shows. He was like, "Well, that's very specific. What do they want that for?" Like basically just telegraphing the whole thing is the way he was saying it. When he was like, "What a specific weird demand that was." Asking for Nitro, like, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like they were obviously telegraphing it because she was like, "Oh yeah, is there?" Really, obviously they must be getting Nitro at some point, and he just comes out and says it. Yeah.
Yeah, Shivani's going to Shivani.
Yeah,
I like Shivani, but he is.
He just points out all. He points out all the logic holes in like every.
He's an advert for being micromanaged.
Yeah.
I know you want to make it realistic, but come on, Shivani. The next match then is Scott Hall. He comes out with 6 against Lex Luger. These obviously was part of a tag team match at the last pay-per-view. This match is too big for any of the regular refs. There's only one man in the building who can count a 3 count. He's done it before. He did it at Fall Brawl 97. Larry Zbyszko is the special guest referee. The legend.
The living legend, first. Yeah.
He is the referee for this match. This match is 12 minutes 30. No, it's longer than that. 12 minutes 49 seconds.
Felt like 49 minutes 12 seconds there.
The match itself isn't brilliant. However,
the refereeing in this match is absolutely bob on.
Yes, correct. Basically, it's all Hall having to go to Zbyszko all the way through. Bischoff comes out at one point. Larry Zbyszko, there's a backdrop on Hall over the top rope. Zbyszko then sort of takes down Bischoff. Everyone comes back in. Luger's going crazy. He's about to do the torture rack, but Bischoff distracts Zbyszko. 6 comes in, kicks him in the head. There's an outsider's edge. Zbyszko doesn't want to do the count, but he's a fair ref, so he makes the count. At the end of it, we're celebrating the walking off, and then he sees the replay and makes the right decision. Goes to VAR, and starts the match again, in which Lex Luger wins
immediately,
pretty much straight away. So there we go. But then 6 gets in the ring. Hall saves. Zbyszko gets a beatdown, and then Eric Bischoff gets a 1-footed pin.
Should obviously bill into that big. They generally are billing into a big Zbyszko Bischoff match,
which we've seen.
It's that good, and we're gonna watch again.
Yeah,
first ever review show. But no, this is just so stupid. The whole thing. Like, oh, it's got to be fair. No, it's got to be fair. And like the last time he did a fast count when he went with the ref. Now.
So now he's learned his lesson.
Now he's decided he's got to be fair. And then he's the only referee ever who thinks, I want to see the replay. I could almost get it if like an authority figure comes out and goes, you got to restart the match. But when Zbyszko's like, I want to see the replay. And everyone, why didn't the refs do it?
They don't have to swear that
why didn't the idiot who was refereeing Mongo's match, who got distracted by a woman shouting, as you say, while the whole ring vibrated around him. And he never thought, better look at the video, see what happens. see what happened there. Felt similar.
It's because Larry Zbyszko has had years and years experience, a lot more than all the other referees. So he knows the shenanigans that go on.
I can't be doing that.
It's the old saying though, you can't kid a kidder.
I feel like I'm risking making Zbyszko the next Mongo on the show, and I'm not willing to do it.
Well, Zbyszko will never be Mongo's league.
It's very true.
Yeah, you gotta give Zbyszko a bit of credit, I guess. Yeah.
Scott Hall is a weird one, isn't he? Because I don't get it. Granted, I've not seen his WWE stuff or WWF stuff. I don't get it. I do not get it.
He was a lot better in WF because he didn't become lazy. He wasn't lazy. He actually used to put on good matches.
It's
That's
WCW.
the problem. It's WCW. There's all just getting paid an absolute fortune, and they didn't have to put on great matches because they just got lazy, didn't they?
Yeah, it's so underwhelming.
Yeah, no, I think it was past his point. But...
And Lex Luger brings nothing to the table.
But he's over, Lex Luger.
He's shit.
Well, Scott Hall was popular, wasn't he? Like it was.
Yeah.
I think wrestling fans just like look for something different in the house than what we do now.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a very different product in it. Because everyone you would think now would just get booed out the building or people get bored of. They were just like, yeah, they absolutely loved them.
Yeah, I just maybe we have to watch some old school WWF and I might raise Ramon.
Big Scott Hall. Yeah.
I don't know, but I just think this version of Scott Hall.
We could also watch some of his TNA run, which was brilliant.
We watched a bit, the first one.
We could watch more of it.
That was enough. That was the whole thing.
I'll just wait. We'll get to WCW Greed, and then we can watch the whole TNA.
Yeah.
That'll make Bob Roode will be very happy with that.
Yeah, up to present day.
We'll
all get a TNA cardboard cut out in our rooms.
Yeah.
Who's having cheeks?
Christmas is coming up.
If you could get a cheeks cardboard cut out, that'd be great.
All right.
Terry Peters. What did Meltzer think of this match? I can't imagine he's marked this very high.
No, he loves Lex Luger, though, doesn't
he? 3/4.
3/4.
So higher than Disco Inferno and Jacqueline.
Well, yeah, and only 1 star less than Ric Flair, which is an absolute disgrace.
Well, this match is a bit special because it's getting 2-star ratings.
Because it's 2 matches, to be fair.
Yeah. So, first one is 1.5 stars for the match. Second one is 5 stars for Larry Zbyszko's refereeing.
Fuck's sake. I feel like I'm in trolled.
It's just great refereeing. I wish more referees would do exactly what he did.
You can't argue with the refereeing.
I feel like I can argue with a lot of it.
Right.
I suppose, yeah.
You got the right decision.
Yeah, just,
He come to the right decision, didn't he?
No, because I don't think you should be shouting.
You should be shouting other refs. You should be shouting.
He didn't come to the right decision, Ross. The right decision, right? He looked at the replay, got all the evidence. Should it be a DQ?
Yeah, maybe.
So,
fair. People paid for a show.
He wanted WCW to get the win, didn't he? He's a WCW guy.
Rules are rules.
Yeah, you shouldn't be having to go to Zbyszko. You should be having to go to all the refs.
Yeah, rules.
No, I'm saying he's got VAR and he's not used it properly. Wes.
Yeah, but it's WCW. There's not always rules, as we'll get to in the main event.
Good God, the main event. Don't know where to start.
But before we get to the main event, there's a World War III commercial. I cannot wait.
Oh, yes.
World War III is back. That's the next pay-per-view. But before we get that, we've got 2 more matches left. The first match being a Las Vegas death match, also known as a last man standing match. It is Randy Savage with Elizabeth against the People's Champion, Diamond Dallas Page. This match, I thought, was amazing. Apart from, so Page has his ribs tipped up. Great match, fighting in the crowd, and then you go onto the set and Page throws him through a tombstone that is clearly made out of polystyrene. Not an issue with that because the commentary team sort of don't pretend it's a real tombstone until he then smashes one on him and you can clearly see the white polystyrene inside and he slams him on what can only be described as a mattress. And then are we then pretending that that's a real tombstone? Just I don't know what they could have made them out of wood. They could have made them out of anything. They didn't have to make them.
Well, they could have just acknowledged they were fake, though. They were there as a set, weren't they? Do you know what I mean? No one
Yeah, but they
thinking it was a graveyard.
could have made them out of plastic. Anything but polystyrene, which is notoriously not a weapon.
Yeah, well, the problem is they knew the people that made the set obviously knew they weren't going to make a better set than Bash at the Beach, and recreate such a moment as Jimmy Hart falling 20 foot. So
yeah, that is.
Obviously, they spent all the budget at Bash at the Beach, and then just kind of had to throw it together for Halloween
All the
Havoc.
budget at Bash at the Beach, killing Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. Not been seen since.
Apart from that, though, which made AEW's production values look incredible. This match was insane. I especially love because later on, right, Savage uses a camera, and that looks so good.
And the commentary was so irate about it. That's what I loved about it. They were like,
yes,
yeah.
And then DDP's get choked. Liz is doing loads of stuff, but then out comes Kimberly. Oh no! Before that, the best part of the match, referees just stood there being the referee. But Elizabeth, that's a big glass dish. And just you see over the end of it.
Yeah. They love going to like IKEA or something, or Home Depot down there before these shows.
Knocks him out. Savior, of course, is Nick Patrick. Don't get rid of Liz.
Well, he didn't see us because only Larry Zbyszko's got the video.
Where's Zbyszko?
Yeah.
In the end, Kimberly drags Liz out. This is great stuff. It's a last man standing match. So there's a diamond cut has been hit and everything. They get up at 8. Savage counters the diamond cutter with a kick to the nuts. And then I can't do inverted commas. Sting in inverted commas. Fairly Charlotte's Hogan. It's almost Mr. America levels. It's Page in the ribs with a bat. And then Patrick starts to count. Savage gets up at 8.
Yeah, you can tell it was Hogan because it was a weakest his weapon shot. And that's Hogan's weapon shots are always terrible.
Where's Jerry Bruce goes?
It's like he's terrified of hitting anyone. Like every time he goes for a weapon shot, it's like, "Oh, you're right." I'm gonna bomb off now.
It was 18 minutes long. Macho Man Randy Savage won. He's now 2-1. What a great match! I loved every second of this.
Yeah, I loved it. WCW is good in it.
Yeah, I was saying right before we was on when he was messing about with getting Bob Roode.
Yeah,
I said to Aaron and Peters, I'm actually enjoying WCW, like legitimately.
Yeah,
I'm sitting down and I'm watching them.
Yeah, I should be. This is great.
I can for ages when I was watching them, I was thinking, how on earth has anybody ever decided this is the premium wrestling product? I get it now.
Yeah,
this is it.
It's questionable.
A few tweaks,
questionable time.
A few tweaks, but 90% of it, incredible. Love 30 seconds.
Anyway, it's the last 10% of every show. You love the
yeah, it goes down, and then you turn it off, don't you? Put something else on.
Yeah.
This was the real main event. No, Peter's had the right idea. The main event being Mongo. It's not going to beat that, is it? Turn it off, man. But if you're going to pick a second main event, it'd be this one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was alright, yeah.
Glorious stuff. Loved it.
To be fair, this could have main evented the pay-per-view quite easily, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I would joke about the actual main event, but it was unnecessary. Every session of imagination.
DDP should have won the title. Should have. So over. Naturally over as well.
Yeah, I guess the thing is that what do you do with Sting?
Doesn't need the title.
No, but I mean, you've took him off TV for this long.
Yeah.
So
building towards this.
If he just came back on, I'm going to have a random match with Kurt Hennig. Like, it'd be. I think they were stuck at the pain themselves took all with Sting.
I do really like DDP, to be fair. I think he's brilliant.
I know.
He's absolutely brilliant.
He is, and he doesn't win his. When did he win his title? Like 99 or something?
Yeah, March 99. They did wait too long.
They waited way too long.
He made events Halloween Havoc 98 with Goldberg, didn't he?
Yeah.
Goldberg's best match. Probably should have won it then.
Yeah, DDP to beat the streak. That would have been a good booking, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Right then, what's the star rating? Terry Peters.
Dave, give this 3.25.
No, that's a bit harsh.
Ross looks absolutely livid.
No, but in my head,
I should have took a screenshot of that. That was like he was like fuming.
yeah, I'm annoyed. 3.25 is low, but
Yeah.
in my head it registered as 3/4. I was like, you are fucking kidding me.
Like, I'm gonna capture the video of that because that was just like Ross just like he got the worst news ever. It's just like, yeah,
It's kind of right.
Someone just shot your dog, and you like,
I'm doing my own star rating. It's got to be at least 4.5 stars.
well, we'll find out.
Nah, it's 4 stars.
It's half as good as Montgomery.
This was tied with me for what I thought was the best match on the card. It was either this or the Guerrero Mysterio match.
Well, get out. No.
I just loved this. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. It's not the sort of stuff that Meltzer loves, is it? This match, but yeah, it was,
no.
Yeah.
If it had better weaponry than the Tombstones, it would have been 5 stars.
And I think it's like when people always gone about like WCW like never made stars. Like I know I was saying earlier like, the main event scene never changed, but they did, didn't they? They made stars.
DDP, Goldberg, Booker T, Scott Steiner. There's 4.
They never really pulled the trigger though, did they? That was the problem.
They always pull it too late, didn't they? Yeah. I'm glad everyone but Goldberg actually. They got it right.
Yeah, but then Goldberg, they booked themselves into a corner, didn't they? You beat Goldberg, then what else you got?
Yeah, that's why I like streaks, but yeah.
Yeah, DDP though was so organically over. He had the best finisher apart. Well, the stunner's not really a thing, is it? If you think of the most
but this is what I mean.
Finishes,
it's like when
they had an Austin before Austin.
Yeah, this is why they should have ended the NWO storyline completely at the end of this year, and then you'd had a room for people like DDP in the main event, rather than waiting as long as they did.
You're a brave man to end the NWO like that.
Yeah, you are. But imagine the money you could make, reuniting them like a year later.
Yeah,
so WWE did the Shield and DX, like just reunite them like twice a year, right?
Yeah, but at the time, wrestling's never seen anything like the NWO.
Yeah, but you could just tell it was. You got to take risks, Ross, if you're creative, aren't you?
Well, that's the thing, but they're earning so much money, aren't they? The wrestling match wasn't a thing, was it? But NWO shirts are a thing.
I know, but it should have just known. You know what I mean? Like at that point, and you've got your NWO shirts, and that's cool. But everyone's got one now, so sell your DDP shirts, sell your Goldberg shirts. You know what I mean? Like sell your Mongo shirts, whatever you want to do. Like just
maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of the NWO, then should we go to the main event?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh boy.
This has got the single best line in commentary history.
Put a pin in that then before we get there.
I think it's I know which one it is.
Buffer's out. The cage is out. The cage looks like I've made it. I mean, come on! It's like you could crawl through the gaps in the bars. It's that. Did they call it the Thunder Cage or something?
But the Thunder Cage had like a
roof.
Not like a roof, but like it curved in to stop you getting out. Yeah,
it's a massive cage. It's sort of like a Hell in a Cell without the top.
Yeah, so Ross, I did my research, and Hell in a Cell debuted a few weeks before this. I think they panicked. I think they were going to go for a regular cage.
The review I use,
and then saw Hell in a Cell and was like, "Oh, maybe we should use this."
The review I use, like just to sort of get timings and stuff, said, "I wonder if they've changed everything because of Michaels and Undertaker."
Yeah, I think they had.
That makes a lot of sense now.
And just drag this out now, because it wasn't a cage match, was it?
No, it wasn't a cage match. It's a fucking left the cage.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I've got to ask us, right? What are the rules, bro? Because at first they're like, no escape, last man standing, basically.
Yeah, and referee outside of the cage.
Yeah, there's no referee in there. But then the door was just open for the entire, even though people were climbing in, even though the door was open. And then Shivani went, I don't know if this is your line, Aaron, so apologies if it is, but they went, if he goes out of this match, it's over. And then with that, out of the cage, it's over. And with that, they both went out. And he went, oh, they're out. And then they just carried on fighting.
What is the line?
Oh, well, no, we'll get to it.
Right. Okay.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, nobody briefed the commentary on what the rules were. Nobody knew. Like, I thought it was like you had to like knock them out or something. Like almost like a mini war games within like the one kit. And it was like, oh, they can escape because they went for the door. So it's this big dangerous cage, but they're locked inside. There's no referee. And then with that, the referee was opening the door for him. And then it was like, oh, if he escapes,
WWE cage match.
If he escapes, he wins. And then with that, literally seconds, they went, oh, no, they both got out. And then that's because they went out at the same time and then carried on. But then they were trying to escape again.
Then they went back in and then they climbed up the top again, yeah.
Even though they were already being out the cage.
That happened.
And the only cage wasn't there because it was that flimsy. It was like, honestly, it was like the outer Punjabi prison. It's the only way I can describe it.
I was going to say, the thing that I have a lot more credit for Piper and Hogan is fucking getting to the top of that cage.
Yeah.
Jesus
Especially
Christ.
Hogan. I never imagined. Oh, and Savage. Like, I know I've jumped ahead then, but because at first I was like, Savage, what are you doing to toss up in there?
I'm more impressed with the fan at the end who just literally scales that cage like he's been on like Gladiators or something.
What was the point of that end?
We'll get to that. So during the match, about 1,000 Stings come out, and some of them look like Sting. Some of them clearly have gone, look, I'm going to pretend to be Sting tonight. I ain't got the black wig. I'll go buy this pound wig. Some of them even brush it out of the face.
Some of them have like proper ball heads.
Some of them. It's like, I imagine there was a load of men just like backstage in Sting makeup, and then like Bischoff's there going, put this on. Yeah. Just slamming wigs on their head. Get the time to make sure it's right. Well, it's like that cheap hair and it's shiny. Mm-hmm. That's what some of them were wearing in the crowd. So that sort of happens. There's no rules, is there? Hogan's using his belt. He's using the world title.
Yeah.
Savage comes out. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say at the start of the match, obviously Hogan's doing his usual cowardly heel.
Yeah.
Starts climbing up the cage.
Which now you said that about Shawn Michaels, that's how he starts against Undertaker.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I think they've just responded to that match. Like, I don't think this was meant to. They've panicked in this last minute.
This is what leads to the greatest commentary line, by the way.
Go on.
So Hogan's scaling the cage, and Piper runs up and starts biting him. And Bobby Heenan says he's going to bite him right where he shits, boys.
I completely missed that.
The single best line in commentary ever.
That is why the Brain is one of the best color commentators of all time. Would it have been better if Dusty had said it?
No, because you can hardly ever understand what Dusty says.
It's going to bite him where it sits, boys. Right then, so Savage comes out, goes to the top of the cage, and you think, because it's high. It's a high cage. You think, what's Savage going to do here? He tries the double axe handle, hits Hogan, and can only, what I assume, smashes both his knees. Because it looks horrible. It looked so bad. And he gets up like nothing's happened. Like, you are an absolute nutcase, Savage.
Oh, it was just, that whole thing was weird. I'd started writing down, like, Savage does a Kurt Angle where he just climbs over even though he could just get through the door. It was just such a... I don't think he even hit Hogan really, though. He just landed next to him. It was like...
sort of did a massive jump.
Considering it was quite an impressive spot. Again, I feel like they were trying to compete with the Hell in a Cell from 3 weeks earlier. It was, it was bizarre.
It's one of them where one I'm surprised that his legs didn't end up like Sid's.
Yeah.
And two, I imagine we all did it when we watched it. We all went, ooh.
It was him. The scariest thing for me was him jumping over the ring post. Because that's like,
because there was a distance, wasn't it? Because it's not on the side. There's room around the ring.
Yeah, that ring was like, I mean, the cage was just, it just moved every time someone even just looked at it. It was
horrendous. I imagine they're absolutely shitting themselves. Maybe he was going to do an elbow drop.
A lot easier to climb than the Hell in a Cell, I assume.
Yeah. Maybe he was going to try and do an elbow drop, got to the top, it was shaking about his foot. I'm just going to jump. They're not in position.
Yeah.
So yeah, Savage does that, and then Piper puts a sleeper on Hogan and wins. But no, that's something I forgot to mention at the start. It's not for the title. However, Piper comes out with the title, even though Hogan's the champion.
Yeah.
He's stolen it, hasn't he? Stolen the title off Hogan.
Clean it then. You know what I mean? Get rid of the NWO.
He won very well spray painted the second time around, was it? Like,
no, because Rodman did it, didn't he?
It just said NW and NWO was like somewhere over
there. 30 minutes 37. Piper wins. And then they're all attacking him. Savage is attacking him. Hogan and Bischoff are. Sting enters the cage. Piper's handcuffed. Everyone's shouting for Sting. And then a fan leaps of it. And then I've done research, I think this is a work. But
I thought it was a work just because of how much they were showing it.
But the referees and the security give this poor fella right shoeing.
Yeah.
And not like a wrestling beat up. Like Triple H beating up that fan.
Yeah, it was when Hogan and Savage were going for that.
I don't know if they were told.
Yeah, I don't. It was weird though.
What did it lead to? Are they trying to make anybody look like they're so unhinged, just going to beat anybody up? Are they trying to make
I think that's the commentary line that we're going about. Yeah,
that they will just attack a fan.
Yeah, because that's what Shivani seemed really disgusted at.
That's what makes, and the fact that they've mentioned it. That's what makes me think it's a.
Yeah, they showed it on camera way too much. For it to be a.
But it's not really confirmed anywhere. That's what happened.
And it was just.
And it just ends. Bizarre. It just ends because there's a fan in the ring. He's been filled in.
I know. It was just like I looked at it. There's like 2 minutes left, and I thought, surely Sting's going to descend from the rafters, right? That was.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Into the cage.
Point. Yeah, because there was a cage roof. That's why I thought that's why they didn't use like that Thunderdome or whatever cage, because they wanted Sting to come down. And it felt like they were really, really building to it, and it just didn't. So obviously, Sting is a man of his word. loves the contracts, doesn't he? He signed it. He let the fear out, so he hates NWO, but he will not get sued.
No, that is it.
Yeah.
Piers, I'm interested to. I wish we had your thoughts on this. I imagine this is right up your street. You, if anybody loves a WCW main event with a crazy cage, it's that man right there.
Just from what you're saying, it sounds like classic WCW, doesn't it? Just the main event is a fucking joke. And at what point do they go backstage and they must sort of think, we need to stop doing this shit? So we do it every single pay-per-view.
Do you think as well as the crowd was dead for this match?
Yeah, because nobody wants to see Piper.
Yeah. And I'll Piper had to win because he had creative control. So.
Why? Right? Because it's not like
2 months out for your biggest, the culmination of your storyline, and Hogan just gets choked out by an old man.
Right, this is what
twice this year. He's lost him twice this year. They've had 3 matches. Piper's won 2.
This is what I don't understand about Bischoff. Right, smart man. I mean, if you listen to his booking, I agree with a hell of a lot of it. However, why is he pushed the boat out this much for fucking Roddy Piper? This isn't Roddy Piper. He's not even the former world champion, Roddy Piper. He never won it, did he? It's not like they've got the biggest star in the world. For Hogan, I understand putting the creative control clause in the contract. I completely get it. He's the biggest star in wrestling, biggest star wrestling's ever had. You're a company and you want to make it bigger, you want to beat the number one. I completely understand it. But you've got Hogan, you've got 2 of WWF's biggest stars at the time in Hall and Nash. You've got the hottest angle in wrestling. Why on earth are you giving creative control to fucking Roddy Piper, who's not done anything for years?
But didn't he have like a mainstream appeal? Roddy Piper.
Did he?
A few movies in that.
Have you seen his movies?
Well,
he's won the match, the Frogtown, whatever it's called. The only way he can save the world is by sleeping with people.
Nice.
Roddy Piper makes bloody Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal look like the bloody Shawshank Redemption. do you know what I mean? That's the kind of movies he's in.
Yeah.
And I've seen the film with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was pissed off about bootleg jeans. So why are you giving Roddy Piper creative control when you're the hottest you've ever been? It's not that important. I don't understand it at all. And that's why WCW's not around anymore. Stupid reasons like that.
You heard some silly points. Yeah, no, I found it a bit odd because Hogan was like, right, I've done the job. Right, now I'm back up. As if nothing's happened. He got choked out. He was back up seconds later.
Oh, no wonder everybody left. And to be fair, right, I slag them off all the time. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. No wonder they couldn't be asked because Roddy Piper's coming in at the top of the card. Credit to DDP for keeping on going.
Yeah.
He should have left. DDP should have left. Because why in the that should have been him? It's not. It's Roddy Piper. Yeah. In the storyline, it's been going the best part of a year.
But also, why were the fake Stings not doing anything? Like they went to like stop Hogan from leaving, and then Savage ran out, and they're like, all right. Off you pop. Even Shivani was like, oh, the Stings didn't really do anything there.
I assumed the Stings were NWO plants to get.
Yeah.
So they won Nitro.
Wasn't very well explained, was it?
No. Peters, what did Meltzer think of it?
That dud.
It does, yep. No,
Just
too
like
high.
WCW main events.
Absolutely too high, dud.
Well, it wasn't the worst match of the card, was it? Meltzer, yeah.
But was it according to the only star ratings that matter?
Well, I don't know what Meltzer was watching.
Here we go. Here we go.
2.5 stars.
2.5.
I really enjoyed it.
Wow.
I had Heenan on commentary and he was absolutely on fire.
Right.
I had some ass biting. You had just shenanigans. You know what I mean? It's all right. I still think to this day that Roddy Piper is still handcuffed to that cage.
To be fair, no one let him go. The bloody Stings weren't going to help, was they? Too busy getting that fan out the ring.
And then the last image, they just zoom in on Piper, just handcuffed to the cage.
Do you think that fan got backstage and he's like, he's going to like, what was that all about? Was that necessary or what? Come on.
I don't know. It didn't seem there was just no point to it, was there?
You've just Daniel Peel, didn't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's such a strange ending.
But that was it. That's been WCW. I mean, the ending was ridiculous, but thoroughly enjoyed it. So, you've only watched half. Arguably, you got the best main event. What did you think of the half that you watched?
Apart from the Mongo match, it was decent.
Because that was excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. What would you give it out of 10? Oh, yeah, we'll give it out of 10.
Those first 3 matches were pretty strong. I'll give it a solid 7.25.
725 out of 10. Peter's absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I was going to half it because you only watched half, but then you had to pick like 2.5, didn't you? Come on, hey math, what's the answer to that?
7.25 as well. Damn it, that would be a 3.625.
6.25?
Yeah, 6.125. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes! Never been to university. Absolutely schooled them.
No, it would be 6.25. 60.625. Yeah.
It'd be 3.2625. 36.
I've got a calculator.
3.625.
7.625. Yeah.
3.625.
Yeah, thank God I was right the first time. You gaslighted there, Russ.
Right, so that's what Peter's give it. Aaron, what did you think of it as a whole?
I'm not as wanky as Peter's with his ratings, so I'm going to go solid 7.5.
7.5. I agree. 7.5 could have been higher.
I'm giving it an 8. How about that?
Yeah, no,
I loved it. I really enjoyed
loved
it.
it.
I enjoyed the main event, but like the main event was like so bad it was good. Something like there's. It was like that film which I've never seen, but The Room, where there was just so many plot points that didn't make sense and had no bearing on the overall storyline.
The Room is a complete clusterfuck.
That I loved it. Like, I'm sure these are all tied up on Nitro the next night.
Oh no, it's sold out. I was going to say it's been shown in Hull on Sunday, but it's shown out.
Well, The Room. Oh, Halloween Havoc 97. Halloween Havoc 97. I'm going.
No, that's the fucking what a great shout that is, though, right? You know, like that cult cinema they do in Hull.
That's
imagine if you had a cult wrestling. Right. I reckon you could get people to that.
Wouldn't work. I say this, wrestling around heads, with all due respect. Wrestling fans are knobheads.
What do you mean?
I don't like watching stuff with wrestling fans. We went to them bloody things.
Oh yeah, the Royal Rumble's fun.
Royal Rumble was fun. WrestleMania absolutely spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
One, because I missed after pre-show because fucking Primate decided to do a quiz. And then got real salty when everyone was like, "We want to watch the pre-show. We don't want to do your fucking stupid quiz." And then two, that what was he called, Lindsay or someone?
Yeah. Called out.
What was his beef?
Yeah, and there was that dweeb dressed as AJ Styles as well.
Yeah.
But we could make money.
Oh, right. So we don't have to watch it with him. No, let us know. If you're a local cinema,
we'd at the bar.
Yeah, Odeon. Is Odeon still a thing?
I don't know if it's Odeon. Let's get like a pub with a projector.
Odeon can't be making much money.
No, I know. But I don't think you'd. How many wrestling fans do you think you're going to get to watch like a Halloween Havoc 97?
A lot.
Oh no, they got for
if we put it on a Friday night, wrestling fans aren't doing anything else, are they?
You insult our core audience here. But no, we're not.
Would you? Well, you just have to bring a slip from your parents.
God's sake.
That's what you live with, you losers. Calling you out, Lindsay.
All right, move on. Move on.
No one can see what Peters is doing, but it's a rare hit for Peters. Yeah. I'm actually excited to watch the net. What there is World War III, so that ups the ante anyhow.
Yeah.
And it's got the tagline 60 Warriors, 3 rings, 1 survivor. You do the math.
Hey math. Yeah.
But I'm actually enjoying seeing where it goes. I've had a quick look at the card. Something we hadn't even mentioned in the full pay-per-view. It was the first sighting of the Flock.
Oh, yeah. Well, lads.
They were sat at ringside.
No, there was on a show a few months ago.
Was they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were actually. Yeah.
Well, they're there. They're at the side. Stevie Ray having the absolute time of his life, especially in the
Stevie Ray. Stevie Richards.
Yeah, but didn't call him Stevie Ray Richards or something.
Stevie Ray is fucking Stevie Ray.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not Stevie Ray.
He wanted the flag.
No, but again, alternate universe. How fantastic would that be?
Yeah, it would be something else like Stevie Ray, yeah.
Stevie Ray, what a great day. But I'm excited to see it. Although there is a Scotty Riggs match for the next one, so not looking that forward to that.
Big in Japan.
Yeah. Nice one. Still rubbish every year. John Laurinaitis was.
There's 60 people in the main event. They've got to put other people on the mid card, haven't they?
Yeah, that is true. They've actually put a list of people on. Oh, great stuff. I was going to say, Andy is actually called Stevie Ray. I clicked on it and it's Stevie Ray. So, he isn't called Stevie at all. Right then, so that's been the show. I don't know what we're doing next. What are we doing next week? Have we decided?
Well, it is November, which means we probably should do a Survivor Series.
Yeah, which one should we do?
My vote is either 96 or 2002.
Is that Elimination Chamber 2002?
Yeah, I'm happy with 2002.
2002 is Brock Lesnar vs Big Show, I think. 96 is Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels for WWE title, and Bret Hart vs Steve Austin.
I reckon 2000 because it's the Elimination Chamber. 2002.
Yeah, 2002 is the first Elimination Chamber.
Oh,
Is that Scott Steiner's debut as well?
spoilers, though. Yeah, club photos of it when he debuted.
Let's
Yeah,
do 2002.
Yeah, it's all right.
We've not done one for that era for a while.
No,
I've
we
never
haven't done
seen it,
WWF for ages, have we?
I've only seen the main event.
It's well.
I've only seen the main event.
Right, there we go then.
And there's a triple threat elimination tag match between the SmackDown. Well,
Yeah.
SmackDown 6.
And Scott Steiner does debut.
Yeah, there we go.
We get the Guerreros versus Edge and Ray versus Angle and Benoit as well.
Right, we'll do that then. And then at some point we will. We've got all of November to do World War III, so until November the 23rd.
Yes.
So we've got all of November because we're definitely not missing that. Right, that's been the show. Terry Peters, where can we find you?
Find me at Bell Nation, everyone.
Can we have, before we go, can we have a Terry Peters promise? Not that it's worth anything. That you will watch the correct show and the full show, please.
Third time's a charm.
No, it won't be third time, would it? It'd be like, how many shows have we done?
No, because last week was incorrect. This week was half. So there you go.
But what about the 2 times before that?
No, because I'm restarting the clock.
That's we can't repeat. Right, we can't repeat the start of the show. That was the worst opening to any point. We've gone like nearly 2 hours and no one's listened from past the first 2 minutes. So.
Aaron, where can we find you?
Might come back to Twitch at some point.
Yeah. The only way to find out is to subscribe to twitch.tv/wrestleround.
You might just get a surprise notification from either me or Lou going live. Other than that, sometimes on Twitter, Frankenstein 91.
Yeah, Lou, where can we find you?
Yeah, we're playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. I don't know where you can find me. Just I don't know where I can. Well, maybe Twitter for now.
Mastodon. Genuinely thought Vader was there. It was trending earlier. It's not that. You can find us all at Wrestling Around or at Wrestle Around. Follow us on there. But follow us on twitch.tv/Wrestle Around if you want to see Lou play with, I'm assuming, Disney animals.
I don't really know how it works. I've not been on it yet.
Right,
looks like you build your own little village from what I've just seen.
Animal Crossing. But with Disney, see.
But with Disney characters.
I'm going to get fucking Baloo.
Baloo. I had a Jungle Book duvet cover on the kid.
There we go.
Terry Peters used to sleep with Baloo. What a great day.
To be fair, that was probably about 14.
That explains a lot.
I used to have Star Wars bedding as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
Tailspin was class.
Till you was 25.
I wish.
What character have you got now?
When I've got adult bedding, like shit when you've got a double bed in it.
You can still get them.
I want the European style where you both have your own individual duvets.
Just it.
That's your job, right? When this ends, storm into wherever your significant other is and say, I want a different duvet, please.
No, because she wants it as well.
Sounds like it's happening.
Of course she does.
That's what he's worried about, isn't
it? So she wants to. I love that bombshell. Terry Peters, thanks for joining us. Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Lou, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bob Roode, thanks for joining us.
Glorious.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And join us next week for another episode of Wrestling Around.